to make sure the heart of its area small towns continues to be the people. With over 15 employees, Bassett Motors prides itself on small town service with personal attention. Bassett Motors, where our customers send their friends.
Howdy folks, it's a Kenmare Cafe. I reckon it's time you're due for a hearty meal. So saddle up for the day with one of our Hey Boston breakfast homemade soups. Fill your grill at our salad bar, sink your teeth into our famous Kenmare burger and barbecue ribs. Top it off with spoon rattling pie with a cum roll that's sure to put a smile on even the toughest outlaws. Shake the dirt off the boots each night and warm up with the gang. Tell them about it, Stacy.
I can't wait to see you at the county line.
Ag producers, North Dakota's electric cooperatives remind you to watch for electric hazards. When operating large equipment, your local electric cooperative recommends using a spotter and maintaining distance of 10 feet from power lines in all directions at all times. And always consider down lines energized. Your local electric cooperative's priority is safety, the safety of their employees and you, their members. Stay safe, stay watchful. This message is brought to you by North Dakota's electric cooperatives.
NISC's culture is great in many different aspects. I like that we all have a sense of wanting to help each other out.
NISC actually means what we say. We've got our shared values, our principles of personal development from integrity to all relationships. We stand by those.
There's an encouraging and friendly atmosphere here that it's just kind of fun to be around.
Region 8 is presented by Newtown Jack and Jill. Good luck from Newtown Jack and Jill. United Tribes Technical College. United Tribes Technical College would like to wish all the teams good luck in the Region 8 tournaments. Burke Divide Montreal Williams Electric Cooperatives. Good luck to all area teams from Burke Divide and Montreal Williams Electric Cooperatives. Forebears Casino and Lodge. Play hard and go get that championship from Forebears Casino and Lodge.
The telecast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
The ball and throws it down. Fire, Finder missing. No, it goes in. She baked it in.
Has a 1-on-0 and throws it down again. By step back contested 3.
Dakota 3. Yes, he's feeling it, moving and grooving right now.
Late pushing with Nelson.
Oh my goodness! A spot in the state tournament on the line. It's the Region 8 Tournament Championship between the hometown Newtown Eagles and the defending region champion Kenmare Honkers on bet. We're happy to have you along with us from the Forebears Event Center in Newtown. Chris Clayton here alongside Noah Reed. The two district champs, they've been the two best teams in Region 8 all year long. It's a great crowd on hand here. This is pretty much the perfect way to cap off the season.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than this at all. You've got two teams who have been the best in the region all year, and they've kind of got different stories. Everyone knew how good Kenmare was going to be this year. They were great last year. They won the region, went to the state tournament, and despite an injury, a season-ending injury to their point guard, Kate Zimmer, they still have found their way back to the region championship. Newtown on the other side, nobody expected them to have this kind of year. They're the team that hasn't won a region championship in 9 years, and now they've got the opportunity to do so in front of their home fans.
Yeah, Newtown 2-8 last year. They're 17-2 this season. These teams haven't played in 4 years, so there's not a lot to work off of for these two coaches. What do you think is the difference tonight?
Well, I think it comes down to how can Newtown defend Kenmare, because Kenmare has one of the best players in the entire state in Brenna Strokeland. She can go and get you 30 and 15 any night she wants to. A phenomenal player, but it's not just her. If you double team her, triple team her, that's fine, but they also have a bunch of different players that they can go to and get scoring to. Michelle Miller, just a freshman, is one of the best shooters in the entire state as well. They got a bunch of different role players, so if you take Strokeland away, but then you let everybody else go crazy, they still have the ability to beat you. Can Newtown defend everybody on the Kenmare side is what I think this game comes down to.
The representative of District 16, Kenmare, District 15 champions, Newtown. The Region 8 title. When we come back, we'll dive into this matchup more. Getting closer to tip-off, Kenmare and Newtown on Beck.
Already streaming Netflix? Now you can stream your favorite TV channels too. Drop your clunky set-top box and switch to the Epic IPTV app, available only on the Beck Lightband Internet. Our flexible Epic IPTV comes with all your favorite channels. Not to mention, it has unlimited cloud DVR. Watch all your favorite shows without limitations. Call Beck Communications at 888-475-2361. Grab your Epic IPTV login and start enjoying your epic home entertainment. Only on Beck Lightband Internet.
You just might find the home of your dreams this weekend by watching the Alliance Real Estate Tour of Homes Sundays at 6 p.m. and Wednesdays at 7 on Beck. Featuring properties from Bismarck, Mandan, Minot, and surrounding areas. The Alliance Real Estate Tour of Homes presents desirable properties that are for sale, lets you meet your Alliance realtors, and provides critical insights into local happenings from community and business leaders. Join us this Sunday evening at 6 or Wednesday at 7 for the Alliance Real Estate Tour of Homes on Beck.
Flag flies. Courgette wants the home run ball to JT Stokes. Looking deep. He's got Harvey. Courgette wants his second touchdown pass. Give it to him. Look at end zone. Did he come down with it?
Rush hour traffic in North Dakota, it's almost unheard of, Noah.
I'm speechless. It's something you just don't see around here, especially at this hour of the day.
Brian, can you say anything from your perspective?
Guys, I can. All this traffic is because some doofus drove off the road.
Doofus? Well, let's hope you can help him out of there.
No.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
All right, great job.
Yeah, that went very well.
Beck TV is known as reliable, exceptional, and exclusive. And now it's also the best of the best. Thank you for making Beck TV the best local television station in our community. Beck not only broadcasts the most live and local sporting events in the region, it's also the largest producer of diverse statewide news, opinion, and entertainment. Not getting what you want from the mainstream media? Not happy with your current cable? Do what everyone else is doing and turn to Beck. Television the way it's supposed to be.
We are rewriting Hollywood script for our kids. I'm pop culture expert Tina Griffin, and as a former Hollywood actress, I'm giving you a behind-the-scenes look at how today's entertainment is eroding the foundational development of America's youth and how to safely navigate this pop culture chaos. Knowledge is power. Parents want solutions. It's time to get the power back in your hands and reclaim the right to decide who and what should influence your kids.
Weekdays at 2 p.m. Central Time on Beck TV.
This is the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance needs, contact your local Farmers Union insurance agent or go to fumic.com.
Back in Newtown, it's the Region 8 championship game. The Kenmare Honkers, the defending champs of the region a year ago, taking on the hometown Newtown Eagles. Let's take a look at how the bracket has shaken out here in 2022, brought to you by West Dakota Chevy Dealers. Well, for Newtown, Noah, the road has not been easy. They were down 15-5 after the first quarter against Tioga. They were down 15-7 after the first quarter against Divide County. 2 come-from-behind wins.
Yeah, they survived a couple bad starts to games in this tournament so far. In that game against Tioga, it took them the entire game to get back into it. Only won that thing by 3. Against Divide County, they came back quick enough that they even took a halftime lead in that game and end up running away with that thing. But I just don't think you can get off to that poor of a start again tonight against a team like Kenmare and then survive that. So the start is crucial tonight in this championship game. 2 best teams in the region all year long, and everyone loves upsets, don't we all? But it's always fun when the championship game is the 2 best teams.
Yeah, we were thinking with Newtown down 11 in the second quarter, wow, Newtown, the district champs, might be out in the first round this year. All of a sudden, they're in the title game against the defending region champs Kenmare, who, you know, they had competitive games, but, man, they were so impressive in their first and second round wins over Mandaree and Stanley. And they're in the title game for the 3rd straight season. Our 3rd place game was Divide County and Stanley. Stanley came away with a win in that game to take 3rd place, 56-47. Divide County with a nice 4th place finish this year in Region 8. That's how the bracket is shaken out this season, brought to you by West Dakota Chevy Dealers. These teams playing one another for the first time since 2018. 5 straight wins in this series for Kenmare over Newtown, but all new players here.
and a new matchup between these two squads. Let's take a look at our keys to the game from Eventide Senior Living Communities. For Newtown, the MO, the key for this team really all season has been about forcing turnovers and getting runouts.
Well, that's kind of been the difference in those first quarters that we talked about. When they got off to poor starts, they weren't forcing turnovers. They were playing a half-court game, and as soon as they started turning over the other team and getting out and running on the fast breaks and getting open layups, that's when they started playing their brand of basketball. And so if they can force turnovers tonight and be able to score on Kenmare without Kenmare getting its defense set, Newtown puts themselves in a good spot.
The head coach Mike Zimmer for Kenmare, he said, kind of a new element this season is their improved three-point shooting, and that's the honker he's hoping to watch a lot of three-point shots fall in today.
And they've done that all season long. Michelle Miller is a fantastic three-point shooter, almost 40% from the three-point line, but there's a lot of players that can really shoot it. Madison Moline is shooting 33%. There's just one player after another who can knock down threes, and really Brenna Strokeland can be the beneficiary of that, because if Kenmare knocks down some three-pointers and they allow things to open up on the inside for Brenna Strokeland, it could be game over.
A lot of Newtown fans here hoping to see an Eagles victory. Newtown has not lost at home this season. Don't play their home games here, but they're 8-0 in Newtown, and part of that has been the play of Caitlin Brady. She's part of our Pro Seed player matchup, Need Seed Think Pro Seed. What a tournament she's had so far, not just scoring, but her ability to rebound.
Yeah, she's been awesome. And really in that first round game when they weren't playing very well, she was the only person in the first half who was scoring the basketball and keeping them in it. Kept it up Tuesday in the semifinal win, rebounding the ball extremely well as well. And there's a pretty good chance that those two that are on the screen right there will be guarding one another. So if Brady can play good defense on Strokeland, that could be the biggest part of the game.
And we know Brenna Strokeland, everybody really familiar with her name at this point. Honestly, one of the best players in the state in all of Class B. Always a tough player to contain.
Yeah, averaging almost 20 a game the first 2 days of the tournament. A near triple-double in the opening round game where she went for 21 and 11 and 7 assists or whatever that stat line was. It was crazy, almost a triple-double in that first round win for Brenna Strokeland, and that's just the kind of numbers that she's capable of putting up on a nightly basis.
Couple juniors going toe-to-toe here in the region championship game. Awesome environment here at the Four Bears Event Center, and we love to see these starters announced. Let's listen in to Charlie Moran, the PA announcer.
They are Jeremy Mella, Ben Shaver, and Dustin Irvis. These are the three gentlemen that will be taking care of our floor tonight. Watch the big screen. Watch the big screen. Here it comes.
Talent, it means nothing. They may be more talented than you, but if you show more heart, if you show more focus, if you just decide this day that you will never accept second place to anyone, if you do that, if you all do that, there is no one we cannot defeat, and there is no one that will want to challenge us ever again. So do you want to go out there like every other player, like every other team, or do you want to stand up this day to make this day count? Make it count. You are. They will remember who you are. Make it count.
Eagles, and here they come. Guard, referee number 11, AJ Miller. For the Eagles, a senior guard, wearing number 2, Zoe Hall. A senior guard wearing number 15, Brooklyn Brody. A junior guard wearing number 4, Ella Steele. A senior wearing number 28, guard Amber Holt. A senior guard wearing number 20, Shane Burnell. A junior guard wearing number 10, Madison Manley. A junior guard wearing number 44, Kate Lee. And the other lady's going to square out, jump ball. A junior center wearing number 21, Brenna. And a junior forward center wearing number 23, Zay. These are your starters. District 16, number 1 seed, the Kenmare Hawkers. Versus District 15.
What a cool experience for those players here at the Four Bears Event Center. Great way to start it off. It's the Region 8 championship game here on Beck Sports Plus. Chris Clayton and Noah Reed with you. Happy to have you along with us. Patrick Conte and Scott Lurcher, camera operators. Jordan Lowry, our director in our Beck studios, with Zach Hassler.
That gets me pumped up every time, man.
Yes.
Charlie on the PA, lights go down, fog machine. We got lights all over the place. I am jacked for this Region 8 title game.
The defending champion Kenmare Honkers against Newtown at home. There's Charlie Moran. What a job he does at PA, getting us hyped for this title. Newtown seeking their first state appearance since 2013. They go right to Brenna Strokeland inside, and one of the best players in all of Class B gets the early 2.
Well, for my money, Brenna Strokeland's the best player in Region 8, and Kenmare knows they want to get her going early. With a spot in the state tournament on the line, you play through your best players, and right away they get her a bucket.
3 from the top from Rainbow, off the mark, and a rebound by Madison Moline. Nothing there on the full court press. Zoe Fox is saying to her teammates, hey, where is everybody? Kind of a rare half-court defense from Newtown. Nice job of the pull-up off the dribble move, but Moline is blocked. Scrapping for the board, ball on the floor, and Zoe Fox able to pick it up, but she stepped on the sideline.
Yeah, it's a tough break for Newtown. Thought you got the turnover there, got the ball back with Fox, but just had her foot on that sideline, and Kenmare gets to keep the basketball.
Honkers coming into this game at 16-7 against 17-2 Newtown. Mache Miller, electric from 3 in this tournament, with 3 threes in each of the first 2 rounds, in and out on that triple.
Yeah, she's a great shooter, and Newtown's defense has to keep an eye on her and know where she's at on the floor at all times.
Brady wants 3. She can shoot as well, but she's short that time, and Miller clears the glass. Pushing the other way. Down inside to Moline. Back to Strokeland. Fox nearly had the steal. Strokeland from the elbow, well short. And Brunell's got the rebound.
She just rushed that one a little bit, Chris.
All the way up the floor to Fox. Now Rainbow attacks, wild shot, and Strokeland's got the rebound. About 2 minutes in. Strokeland with the only bucket so far. Moline down to Strokeland. Nice pass, but it gets all the way through into the hands of Brady. Taken away, though, by Strokeland quickly, and a foul and a reach-in.
This is a really hectic pace early, Chris, and I think that favors Newtown. And not that it's a huge advantage because Kenmare has great guard play that can get out and run in transition, but just the way that these two teams play, I think that up and down pace where everybody's running and going crazy all the time is the way Newtown wants this game to be played.
Strokeland contested shot off the mark. Brady's got the rebound. You know, it's going to be interesting in this game. For Kenmare, and head coach Mike Zimmer, he actually said our biggest weakness this year has been turning the ball over. Now, he said we've improved a lot over the course of the season, but you do not want to turn the ball over against Newtown. On the pull-up, Ella steal in and out on the mid-range. Scrap for the rebound, a jump ball, and it stays with the Eagles. Ayana Gray coming in early. What a tournament she's had off the bench for Newtown. Kind of a point guard, off guard for the Eagles. Big size advantage for Rainbow, and she flips it up and in. First bucket for Newtown.
You could say she rainbowed that ball in with the arc that it had there. A little bit of contact as well, too.
Another turnover by Kenmare, the third. Up ahead to Zoe Fox, racing in transition. Able to finish. Good hustle defense, but not back in time.
Really nice job by Fox getting out in front, and even knowing that the defense was collapsing in on her at the end, still made a tough play to finish.
Another Kenmare turnover. Rodine thought she was still in bounds, but Rainbow and the Eagles with some momentum now.
Yeah, Rainbow on the first bucket, and then Fox with the transition basket the other way. 4 quick ones for Newtown.
Turnover's an issue for Mike Zimmer's team, the defending Region 8 champs. Finished 6th place at state last year. 3rd straight season Kenmare's in this region title game. Lost to Trenton a couple years ago and then beat Trenton last year by 2. There's a travel inside against the Eagles.
Yeah, both teams turning it over a little bit in this first 3 minutes of the first quarter. And, you know, nerves are probably high. It's a region championship game in front of a really good crowd here at the Four Bears Event Center. I'm sure things will settle in a little bit.
Trying to force a pass into traffic, and it's knocked away. Kenmare will keep possession.
Substitution number 20.
Sub in for Kenmare, Amber Hauk into the game for Alexa Vardy. Catch and shoot, fresh off the bench after a little rest. Couldn't hit it. Gray's got the rebound for Newtown. Fox, not a Rainbow. She had 19 points and 7 rebounds in the semifinals. Back to her on a post-up, and she draws a foul on Strokeland.
It was such a good game for Rainbow. Stepped into a big scoring role for Newtown in that win over Divide County with that 19 points, near double-double. Might need a performance like that again from her today against a great Kenmare club.
Great. Out to Brady, looking down low. Shea Miller and Zoe Fox. What an interesting matchup that is. Rainbow with confidence off the mark. And a rebound pulled down by Moline. Strokeland trying to get across the timeline, but taken away by the freshman Ayana Gray, and Zoe Fox missed the layup. Over the back foul on Strokeland, and that's her second now.
That's a huge factor into this game right now, Chris. 4 minutes into this one, that Strokeland gets called for her second foul.
Media timeout, Newtown forcing turnovers as they always do with a 4-2 advantage.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected. with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
When a group of local residents came together to form a rural telephone cooperative in 1951, they made a commitment to keep their member owners informed and connected. That cooperative was RTC. And while the technology we use to communicate has changed over the years, that commitment remains true today. RTC is committed to providing the highest quality internet connectivity to our neighbors in West Central North Dakota. RTC, building our network so you can grow yours.
Kenmare fans, end of the media timeout, starting a honkers chant, trying to get back to the state tournament. Last year's state tournament appearance for Kenmare, their first in a decade. A win tonight would be their 6th state tournament appearance in school history. They had 3 region titles in a row from 2009 to 2011. Took it last year. Wow, what a series of moves by Gray, and her pass is knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a Kenmare program that's really turned a corner over the last couple of years. They've got great players in place, an awesome head coach in Mike Zimmer, and now looking for a 2nd straight region title after not having one in a decade.
Brady catch and shoot for Newtown. Brunell with the offensive board. Back down to Rainbow. Hard off glass. Travel deep in the backcourt, and that's 6 Kenmare turnovers.
Yeah, it's a tough start to this game for Kenmare. Not just the fact that they haven't been scoring it very well, but 6 turnovers, Chris. They are giving this basketball away a lot in the first 4.5 minutes.
Only 12 turnovers the entire game, and they win over Stanley in the semifinals. They're halfway there already.
That's what Newtown's defense can do to you. Full court pressure.
What a pass. Fox to Rainbow for 2.
Yeah, nice job by Rainbow to get the positioning, but that was all set up by Zoe Fox on a great post pass.
Corner 3, Vardy in, out, and back in again. The freshman Alexa Vardy with the long 2.
Yeah, they get great minutes from her off the bench. Not afraid to come in right away and shoot the ball. Good look for Vardy.
Fox wants a 3. Short. Rebound for Brady. Whips it up top. Gray with the extra pass. Brunell wants a triple. That's off the mark as well. And Maline's got another rebound. More trouble with the press, and Mike Zimmer needs to take a timeout. Neck and neck, a 6-4 game in the Region 8 title.
Region 8 is presented by Newtown Jack and Jill. Good luck from Newtown Jack and Jill. United Tribes Technical College. United Tribes Technical College would like to wish all the teams good luck in the Region 8 tournaments. Burke Divide Montreal Williams Electric Cooperatives. Good luck to all area teams from Burke Divide and Montreal Williams Electric Cooperatives. Forebears Casino and Lodge. Play hard and go get that championship from Forebears Casino and Lodge.
Newtown fans making a lot of noise here. A great environment at the Forebears Event Center for this Region 8 championship game. Newtown, from 2004 to 2013, the Eagles were really a power in their region. They made 6 state tournaments. They haven't made it to the state tournament since 2013, and you can feel the excitement in the air from this team as they force another turnover.
It's now 7 Kenmare turnovers in this first quarter, Chris.
Brady for 3, just long off the back of the iron.
They have to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, and gave it away again off this one. I mean, they haven't gotten it across half court in about 3 or 4 possessions now.
And that's out of a timeout, too, with a couple turnovers. That's got to be frustrating for fourth-year head coach Mike Zimmer.
Well, he called that timeout because they almost turned it over. And he did that to save one, and then they gave it away twice again.
And a jump ball gives the ball back. Keeps it with Newtown. Charles Wells. What a job Chuck has done with this team. Been an interesting story this year for Newtown. 2-8 last year. Got some new faces and some returning faces, and this year they're 17-2 on the brink of a state tournament appearance. Another turnover here.
Yeah, I mean, they're not taking care of the basketball, and it's uncharacteristic for Kenmare. I know they've had spurts where they've had trouble taking care of it, but 9 1/4 is not something you see from this Honkers team too much.
Only 4 on Newtown. Brady hits the bottom of the backboard, and Taya Offworth takes down the rebound for Kenmare. And there's a foul in the backcourt. So the Honkers right now, 9 turnovers. Their star, Brenna Strokeland, is out of the game with 2 fouls, and they're still only down 2 points.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fortunate thing. That's the nice thing. If you're Kenmare, you're thinking, man, we're playing a really bad quarter to open up this region championship game, yet we find ourselves only down by 2 because the defense in its own right has kept them in this game.
And Newtown's thinking finally a strong first quarter after they were down 15-5 in the first round against Tioga and 15-7 in the second against Divide County. Good ball movement. Moline, one more to Offworth. Here's Mache Miller. Rodine fakes, drives, kicks it outside. And another turnover, that's number 10.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher right now for Kenmare because you just don't see this kind of performance. And I think they're going to settle in. I think things will calm down for them. They're a great basketball team, and they've shown that all season long. But it's moments like this where you can really tell they miss their point guard, Kate Zimmer, who's out with that ACL injury.
Kate Zimmer played 5 games, a key piece to this team. She was averaging a team best in assists and steals. Shea Brunell with the reverse layup.
Good ball movement by Newtown. Worked it around until they worked it underneath to Brunell.
This is also a Kenmare team that lost 3 starters, not counting Kate Zimmer from last season. So a lot of these players, it's the biggest game they've ever played in their career. Maybe a bit of nerves here. Mache Miller was a big part of last year's state tournament team. And she draws the foul way out on the perimeter. And that is Kate Zimmer in uniform for the Honkers. I don't think she'll play, but maybe a sign of unity with her team.
Right, street clothes is what she wore the first 2 days, and now in the region championship, she says, hey, I might not be able to play, but I'm gonna suit up anyways.
3, a little bit long from Madison Moline, and a rebound for Bellegarde. Closing seconds, Brady launches it. Just off the mark, hits the back of the iron. What a quarter for Newtown. At home, the Eagles up 8-4.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
When a group of local residents came together to form a rural telephone cooperative in 1951, they made a commitment to keep their member owners informed and connected. That cooperative was RTC. And while the technology we use to communicate has changed over the years, that commitment remains true today. RTC is committed to providing the highest quality internet connectivity to our neighbors in West Central North Dakota. RTC, building our network so you can grow yours.
Newtown going against the defending Region 8 champs, and their game plan has worked out perfectly so far in this game.
Yeah, it certainly has. Only given up 4 points defensively, and they turned Kenmare over 10 times in that first quarter. They got good looks on offense, playing strong defense, forcing turnovers. It's the kind of quarter that you would ask for if you're Newtown coming out of this one. And I think they'd even tell you, Chris, that they feel like that they should be up by more than 4 points. Didn't take advantage of some offensive opportunities, but regardless, you're through 1 quarter of play and you're beating the defending champs by 4 points, a sign you gotta like.
Spot in the state tournament next week in Grand Forks on the line. Rainbow fouled on her way inside. Brenna Strokeland is back out on the floor for Kenmare with 2 fouls. The foul was not on her there, but something to watch as they probably try and attack one of the best players in the state with a couple fouls.
Has to be the emphasis if you're Newtown. Strokeland's back in the game. You want to go to whoever is guarding her and let them have a chance to drive, to post up, to do whatever to try to force that third foul.
That's on Malene. That's her first. She's been the best rebounder today for Kenmare. Caitlin Brady having a great tournament. Been so good all year for this Newtown team. 16 points and 8 rebounds, especially that first round dramatic win over Tioga. Didn't have huge games from Zoe Fox or Zaylease Rainbow, but Brady was huge in that come from behind victory.
Yeah, had almost a double-double in that game with 16 and 8, was just great, making sure that she led the scoring charge in that one.
Strokeland can't hit, and Rainbow pulls down the rebound.
It's a little bit off balance on that shot. You usually see Strokeland go to the basket much stronger, but faded away a little bit.
Rainbow, 3 balls good. Rainbow off to a red hot start. She has 7. She was limited to just 6 in the first round against Tioga, 19 on Tuesday, and there's an answer. Madison Malene hits the 3 for Kenmare.
We spend a lot of time talking about Michelle Miller and how well she shoots it, but Madison Malene has gone undercover this year, 33% behind the three-point line.
And Rainbow banks it in, the long 2. They can't stop her right now.
Yeah, sometimes you have those kind of days where anything you throw up there is going to go in, and that's the case for Rainbow, banking that one in.
Zoe Fox nearly with a steal, bodies on the floor. Great hustle by both teams, and the Honkers are back with possession. Vardy drives, taps it outside to Michelle Miller. Miller averaging about 16 a game in this tournament, has not scored yet for Kenmare. Strokeland steps through and is fouled. She'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, you just want to see Kenmare kind of settle in and slow down a little bit. Let Strokeland get some touches, let her make some decisions with the basketball, and that's a great decision by her. She catches, faces up, decides that she wants to take the defender off the dribble and draws some contact.
Miller, such a good, or rather Strokeland, excuse me, such a good free throw shooter for her position, especially 65% from the stripe. Got them both to go. Incredible first round game for her in the win over Mandarine. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 blocks in that first round victory. She had 7 assists in the first half in that game. Similar stat line in the second round. Fox, foul, took a shot to the ear, in some pain.
It's a nice decision by Fox, and kind of head-to-head contact there by Vardy, the freshman. A little bit of a collision there.
That's 5 fouls on Kenmare and 4 on Newtown, so you think both these teams likely to be in the bonus, and a 5-second call against the Eagles.
Good defense on that inbounds play there by Kenmare, not allowing that ball to get inbounded.
Only the 5th turnover on Charles Wells' team. They had 20 turnovers in the first round, 17 in the semis. So Newtown has struggled with that at times in this tournament. Strokeland steps through. So good scoring with the left hand. That time she's off the mark. Scrap for the rebound and stays with Kenmare.
Love the energy and enthusiasm there from Taya Offforth after she was the one that hustled after that ball and saved it in off of Newtown. She's now going to the bench, but she just created a new possession for her team with some great hustle.
And she's going to be such a good player for Kenmare, already is, but as an 8th grader averaging 4 points and 4 rebounds a game. Fight for the board and a travel, but a great effort ultimately. They're inside by Malene.
You can't fault that, and unfortunately that's one of those that goes as another turnover against Kenmare, something they've struggled with in this game, but that's one you take because your players are hustling after a loose ball, diving on the floor, just couldn't quite get rid of the ball before the travel.
Rainbow, unstoppable so far with 9, throws to Brunell, she's blocked. Sent away by Strokeland from behind. Now they go to her inside. 3 defenders around her. Puts it in, and the foul.
Such a tough guard because she can dribble the basketball up the floor, beat the press by herself, passes it, immediately cuts to the basket, and gets it back as well. You have to be able to defend her the full length of the court, especially if you want to put on that full court press.
6 early points from Brenna Strokeland. She's perfect from the free throw line so far as well at 3 of 3.
Substitution for the Eagles, number 44, Brady.
Kenmare went down 15-7. Now they've scored the game's last 5 points. Offensive foul called against Newtown.
Kind of a role reversal of what we talked about in the first 2 days for Newtown. They were the team that got behind by 10 after the first quarter in the first round, down 8 in the first quarter of the semifinal round. In this game, they were the ones that jumped out to an early lead, and this one had that 8-point lead. But Kenmare, as we talked about a couple times, they've settled in, not turning it over as much lately, and it's allowed them to get back in it.
Mache Miller still scoreless, a little off the mark on the 3. Offworth with the offensive rebound. She's been a huge spark today inside for Kenmare. A travel, though, on Brenna Strokeland. What a move by Gray. It's an ovation from the crowd for that behind-the-back move, but it's turned over. Good pressure defense. Gray all over Moline, and a jump ball. Ball stays with Kenmare. How about the pressure defense?
Yeah, it was a really nice job up front by Gray, really forcing some trouble there and end up resulting in a jump ball. Kenmare keeps it, but you flip that arrow. The next time there's a tie ball, Newtown gets the ball.
Miller whips it back across for Rodine. She wants 3, and it's a little long. Perfectly on line. Nice rebound by Offworth. Rodine drives down to Strokeland, deep positioning, and she scores.
Oh, that's exactly it, Chris. The deep positioning is what allowed her to score there. Newtown's defense has to push her out of the lane more.
It's a 7-0 run for Kenmare now over the last 4 minutes or so. Rainbow misses. Honkers now starting to lock things down in the second quarter. Strokeland with a floater. Offworth with a rebound, and she's fouled.
I feel like I'm getting deja vu all over again, Chris, because last year it was Mache Miller as an 8th grader who had a massive game in the region championship. Taya Offworth delivering one as an 8th grader as well for Kenmare.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
When a group of local residents came together to form a rural telephone cooperative in 1951, they made a commitment to keep their member owners informed and connected. That cooperative was RTC. And while the technology we use to communicate has changed over the years, that commitment remains true today. RTC is committed to providing the highest quality internet connectivity to our neighbors in West Central North Dakota. RTC, building our network so you can grow yours.
Kenmare was down 15-7. The Honkers, behind some strong scoring from Brenna Strokeland, have a 7-0 run.
Yeah, she's been awesome tonight, Chris. 9 points for Kenmare's best player, Brenna Strokeland. Missed a lot of that first quarter with foul trouble, but since coming back into the game at the start of the second, has really helped this Kenmare team take off as a part of that 7-0 run to go from down 8 to just down 1 with 3.5 to play in the first half.
And how about the spark of Taya Offworth? The 8th grader hasn't scored yet, but 5 rebounds, some deflections. Huge impact for the Honkers, and she's at the free throw line now.
Yeah, I mean, she's had some really big rebounds. The 8th grader has forced a turnover earlier. She's had a couple rebounds, made some really nice plays in this one for her team off the bench.
Taken back, another steal for Kenmare. A turnover, though. Rodine throws it over her head. Looking for Vardy there on the corner.
Yeah, just tons of turnovers in this early going for Mike Zimmer and his Kenmare Honkers, something you don't see too often. They've cleaned it up a little bit in this second quarter, but still a lot more than he would like to see from his team, I'm sure of it.
13 turnovers for Kenmare. That's more than they had the entire semifinal win over Stanley.
And that's the difference in the defense for Newtown. They pressure you full court. They get up in you a little bit more. Stanley doesn't do that quite as much.
What a pass by Brady, falling over to get it down to Brunell. Gray drives, sent away by Strokeland.
Get that weak stuff out of here.
Right. Second block for Brenna Strokeland, who's also playing with 2 fouls. Caitley Brady able to finish.
It's a really nice job by Newtown to stay with it after that block shot from Strokeland, and Brady with a great drive to the hoop.
An 8-0 run by Kenmare, broken by that lay-in. Mache Miller in and out. Bellegarde rips down the board. Nobody's there. Brunell able to save it. Nope, she was on the sideline. Newtown turnover.
This was awesome from Brenna Strokeland. Don't come down here unless you want to be swatted away by Brenna Strokeland. My goodness.
Couple blocks here in this game. She had 4 blocks in the first round win over Tioga. And there's an offensive rebound and a putback inside by Taya Offworth. And that first round win, by the way, for Kenmare was over Mandaree, of course. And the Honkers have tied it up again. Tough floater by Brady off the mark. Vardy clears. Offworth in the corner. Trying to go to Strokeland. Good deflection by Brunell.
Number 10,
Neck and neck here in the Region 8 championship game. Honkers looking for back-to-back state tournament appearances. Newtown seeking their first since 2013. Strokeland lobs it in, but it's knocked away. Brunell with a steal. Knocked away again from behind by Strokeland. A tie-up, and the ball will go to Newtown. Things getting a bit sloppy for both teams here in the second quarter. Bellegarde. Gray goes down to Brady. Working on Strokeland with 2 fouls. No whistle, but a beautiful finish by Brady.
That's a fantastic job by Brady to get the layup.
Gray with a steal and a lay-in for Newtown.
It's what they did all first quarter long. Turnovers leading to points. Almost got another one here. Grady has been phenomenal in this tournament off the bench.
Ayana Gray is just so fun to watch. A spark plug, just a freshman, and she's making a huge impact in this tournament.
Yeah, she's going to be a great player for this Newtown team for years to come. Comes off the bench, provides a spark, plays defense, can score the basketball. Just really fun to watch her play.
There's a reach-in foul against Newtown. And it's a 1-and-1 opportunity now for Brenna Strokeland. Fouls on Bellegarde.
Number 10, Hachizuki.
First miss in the line in the game for Strokeland. She had made her first 3. Rebound Miller. She's tied up, and Kenmare will keep possession.
The Eagles have 8 fouls. Honkers have 5.
They're trying to get it to Strokeland inside. At least she's positioning for it. Moline gets it to her, working on Bellegarde. Double team immediately, dribbles through, and is short. Rebound to Newtown. Fox over to Bellegarde. Catch and shoot, Zoe Fox nails the three. Second triple for the Eagles.
That is a great drive from Brady. She drew the defense to her. Fox was spotted up in the corner, a wide open three.
It's a 7-0 run for Newtown. Strokeland not able to answer the miss from the top of the arc.
Look at this from Brady. Defense draws over to her, kick out. Nobody even close to Fox to contest that three.
Newtown didn't make a single three-point shot in their semifinal win over Divide County.
Smart move by Mike Zimmer. Get Strokeland out of the game. Don't risk any sort of chance for her to pick up her third foul with 2 seconds to go.
And Brady launches down floor, taken away. Nice steal by Amber Haupt to end the first half. Final 7 points for the Eagles. Newtown looking for a region title. The fans are happy. They're up 7 at halftime.
Bismarck Central, 4800.
4800, go ahead.
Requesting social services on-call team.
Stand by. 4800 social services requesting additional information.
You can advise social services that we have an 18-month-old female who was in a residence with a mother, now being transported to medical care for overdose.
Introducing Accord Comfort Sleep Systems, a better way to sleep. We offer you 5 different models to give you the perfect choice of support and body comfort. Every model begins with our exclusive Accord Comfort Reflex Layer. This ensures proper spinal alignment and a deep down body relief. Our 8-inch Whisper Breeze provides a medium firm feel, and our 10-inch Gentle Night model has a quilted top, giving you a medium plush comfort. Both use Outlast fabric on the top of your mattress, ensuring that your body temperature is not too hot and not too cold. Our Copper Rest Sleep Series is our premier mattress, offering your choice of firm, plush, and luxury plush. Every model uses copper-infused gel latex and provides all the health benefits of copper. Accord Comfort mattresses are handcrafted in the USA and come with a 60-night sleep guarantee. You're going to love sleeping with us. Order today exclusively at accordsleep.com or Tom's Home Furnishings in beautiful downtown Harvey.
Give yourself the upper hand with the Degelman Pro Till High Performance High Speed Disc. The Pro Till is the right tool for working the soil after harvest, especially with large amounts of residue. The Pro Till features zero maintenance bearings, independence disc technology, and oversized pins and bushings that allow you to power through the toughest conditions you can throw at it. Visit Degelman.com for more information and to find an authorized dealer near you. Degelman, engineered tough.
Howdy folks, it's the Canine Cafe. I reckon it's time you're due for a hearty meal. So saddle up for the day with one of our Hey Bossin' breakfast homemade soups. Fill your grill at our salad bar, sink your teeth into our famous Canine burger and barbecue ribs. Top it off with spur rattling pie with a combo roll that's sure to put a smile on even the toughest outlaws. Shake the dirt off the boots each night and warm up with the gang. Tell them about it, Stacy.
I can't wait to see you at the county line.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Already streaming YouTube TV? Now you can stream your favorite TV channels too. Drop your clunky set-top box and switch to the Epic IPTV app, available only on the Beck Lightband Internet. Our flexible Epic IPTV comes with all your favorite channels. Not to mention, it has unlimited cloud DVR. Watch all your favorite shows without limitations. Call Beck Communications at 888-475-2361. Grab your Epic IPTV login and start enjoying your Epic home entertainment. Only on Beck Lightband Internet.
This game on the Beck Sports Network is presented by the following: Farmers Union Insurance, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Bell Bank, West Dakota Chevy Dealers, BASF, we create chemistry, Women's Way, and these premier sponsors.
This is the Farmers Union Insurance Halftime Report. For all of your insurance needs, contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent or go to fumic.com.
Well, the old cliche, it's a game of runs. For Kenmare, they went on a 10-2 run to tie it at 17. Newtown finished the half with a 7-0 run themselves, but the Honkers offense a lot better in that second quarter.
Well, it was, and it was because they got Brenna Strokeland back in the game after she picked up 2 fouls in the first half. They went through her in that second quarter. She was the catalyst of that big 10-2 run. Taya Allforth, the 8th grader, with a big bucket. A couple threes in that first half as well for Kenmare to keep this game close. But Newtown was able to really take off, and it was because of the scoring presence they got from Zalise Rainbow, who has 9 points to lead all scores. They got a lot of defense that turned into offense. Tons of Kenmare turnovers in that first half led directly to points for the Eagles.
15 Kenmare turnovers in the first half. They had 12 in their semifinal win the entire game against Stanley, and it's credit to that Newtown defense. Forcing turnovers, getting buckets inside from Caitlin Brady, who has 6. Ayana Gray with a nice spark off the bench with her scoring and passing. And there's Rainbow with a 3, one of 2 threes in the first half for Newtown, along with Zoe Fox. The Eagles seeking their first region championship since 2013. They're up 7 at the half in Newtown.
Bismarck Central, 4800.
4800, go ahead.
Requesting social services on-call team.
Stand by. 4800 social services requesting additional information.
You can advise social services that we have an 18-month-old female who was in a residence with a mother, now being transported to medical care for overdose.
Introducing Accord Comfort Sleep Systems, a better way to sleep. We offer you 5 different models to give you the perfect choice of support and body comfort. Every model begins with our exclusive Accord Comfort Reflex Layer. This ensures proper spinal alignment and a deep down body relief. Our 8-inch Whisper Breeze provides a medium firm feel, and our 10-inch Gentle Night model has a quilted top, giving you a medium plush comfort. Both use Outlast fabric on the top of your mattress, ensuring that your body temperature is not too hot and not too cold. Our Copper Rest Sleep Series is our premier mattress, offering your choice of firm, plush, and luxury plush. Every model uses copper-infused gel latex and provides all the health benefits of copper. Accord Comfort mattresses are handcrafted in the USA and come with a 60-night sleep guarantee. You're going to love sleeping with us. Order today exclusively at accordsleep.com or Tom's Home Furnishings in beautiful downtown Harvey.
Give yourself the upper hand with the Degelman Pro Till High Performance High Speed Disc. The Pro Till is the right tool for working the soil after harvest, especially with large amounts of residue. The Pro Till features zero maintenance bearings, independence disc technology, and oversized pins and bushings that allow you to power through the toughest conditions you can throw at it. Visit Degelman.com for more information and to find an authorized dealer near you. Degelman, engineered tough.
Howdy folks, it's a Kenmare Cafe. I reckon it's time you're due for a hearty meal. So saddle up for the day with one of our Hey Bossin' breakfast homemade soups. Fill your grill at our salad bar, sink your teeth into our famous Kenmare burger and barbecue ribs. Top it off with spoon rattling pie with a comb roll that's sure to put a smile on even the toughest outlaws. Shake the dirt off the boots each night and warm up with the game. Tell them about it, Stacy.
I can't wait to see you at the county line.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Already streaming YouTube TV? Now you can stream your favorite TV channels too. Drop your clunky set-top box and switch to the Epic IPTV app, available only on the Beck Lightband Internet. Our flexible Epic IPTV comes with all your favorite channels. Not to mention, it has unlimited cloud DVR. Watch all your favorite shows without limitations. Call Beck Communications at 888-475-2361. Grab your Epic IPTV login and start enjoying your epic home entertainment. Only on Beck Lightband Internet.
Back in Newtown, 7-0 run for the Eagles to end the second quarter. They're up 24-17. They're in the Region 8 championship on Beck. Chris Clayton and Noah Reed here with you for what's been an exciting game so far. We're excited for the third quarter as well, which is brought to you by Degelman Industries. They're now hiring. Visit Degelman.com. Well, something flipped really for both teams in that second quarter. Not a lot of offense in the first, but they got it going in the second.
Yeah, they really did. And Kenmare especially, I think that one's pretty simple to figure out. Brennan Strokeland sat on the bench most of the first quarter with 2 fouls. Your leading scorer comes back into the game, and all of a sudden you start scoring the basketball, and that's because they made it an emphasis to get her involved in the post to get scoring. And then Newtown did a great job of working the basketball around, not settling for jumpers, not going one-pass shot, and because of that, they got really good open looks at the end of that second quarter to go on the 7-0 run.
Kenmare, the defending Region 8 champions, find themselves down going into the third quarter against Newtown, seeking their first state tournament appearance since 2013. Nice job, Taya Offworth. What a game she's had. 3 points and 6 rebounds in that first half, and the 8th grader with a steal on that play. Strokeland playing with 2 fouls. Wide open, Moline for 3. Her second 3. The junior Moline making it a 4-point game.
She's done a great job of knocking down threes in this game, and especially in a day where Miller isn't scoring her greatest. You got Moline who's knocked in a couple threes.
And you've got Strokeland who has 3 block shots now, sending another away. Even with 2 fouls, staying aggressive, a tie up, no, a foul called against Brunell, and they made it a shooting foul as well.
It's a great look, a double team on Strokeland, swings it out, finds Moline to drill that 3, and then a possession later, Strokeland gets to go to the free throw line.
Coming into this postseason, Moline had only made 7 threes the entire regular season. 2 threes knocked down by Madison Malid here in the Region 8 championship. Strokeland now with a game-high 11 points. When you consider she had to sit 5-6 minutes in a row, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, picked up that second foul about 3 minutes into the game, so she spent the final 5 minutes of that first quarter on the bench.
Another turnover, number 9 for Newtown. Brunell gets the steal. It's a player that Charles Wells credited as such a good defensive player. She's really been, he said, a lot better than expected. Doesn't score a lot, but big-time defensive player. Floater, wow, Ella Steele, how did that go in?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a really tough shot for Steele, the runner in the lane with a couple defenders on her.
Rodine down to Strokeland. Lost the handle. Got her own rebound. Swing it to Rodine. Bounce it to Strokeland. To her right hand. Will fade away off the mark. Foul on the rebound. It's against Kenmare.
I mean, we just talked about this, but a possession ago, steal, running, leaning away from the basket. Two defenders converging down on her quickly. Man, that's a difficult shot.
Part of the starting five for Newtown. Only 2 points in the semifinal win over Divide County. And commits a carry there at midcourt. Newtown turnovers starting to pile up here in the third quarter.
They did such a great job of forcing them in the first half. 15 Kenmare turnovers, but right now Newtown a little bit sloppy with that basketball.
Moline, no look pass to Strokeland. Miller's able to track it down. Shea Miller still scoreless. More than 10 points per game this season, 16 per game in the tournament. Moline, another three, her third.
She has been an awesome scoring lift today for Kenmare. 9 points on 3 made threes. They are getting a lot out of her tonight.
It is an 8-2 quarter so far in favor of Kenmare. Rainbow tagged with a foul on the rebound.
That was all Rodine, too, with the box out. Great positioning down low, forcing Rainbow to go over the back. But right back to Moline. Drive and kick, Strokeland drawing a couple defenders to her, and Moline just buries it. Second three of this quarter, third in the game for her.
This time she drives, throws it out to Miller. Zoe Fox and company doing a great job defending Miller. Moline, the benefactor, gets some open looks today. Here she is again. She passes this time to Offworth. One dribble, and it's long on the jumper. Shea Brunell, the handles inside, now outside. Up top, Rainbow hit one from that exact spot in the first half. A bit long that time. Here's Rodine, the long two. Air ball. Rebound Offworth to Strokeland. And a rebound by Brady.
I think she got fouled, Chris. They didn't get the whistle, though.
All the way to Brunell, who's swatted away by Moline.
Moline is making play after play. Offense and defense. First off, here's the play on the offensive rebound. Strokeland, yeah, she got hit right across the arm there by Brady. That's a missed call, a rare one by the officials who have been great this entire tournament.
All the way, Brunell, a much-needed bucket for Newtown. Only 4 points in the first round in semis for Brunell, but a huge player for the Eagles. Easy layup for Offworth, I should say. Perfect press break by Kenmare.
Yeah, something they struggled with in the first half was not beating that press. That time it was easy for the Honkers.
Well, Newtown has not committed a turnover yet in this third quarter. After 15 in the first half, Moline short. Rodine of the save, but it's right to Brunell. Gray looking up the floor. Brady was out in front. She'll shoot now, off the mark.
Yeah, it's exactly right. They missed Brady out in that fast break. Could have had an open layup, but instead they had to settle for a jumper.
Mike Zimmer wants a timeout. They were 1 second away from getting a 10-second violation. He takes a timeout with his team down a point.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
When a group of local residents came together to form a rural telephone cooperative in 1951, they made a commitment to keep their member owners informed and connected. That cooperative was RTC. And while the technology we use to communicate has changed over the years, that commitment remains true today. RTC is committed to providing the highest quality internet connectivity to our neighbors in West Central North Dakota. RTC, building our network so you can grow yours.
Kenmare getting a lift from Moline. Michelle Miller hasn't scored. Moline has with 9.
Yeah, it's very rare for Miller to not have scored. A great three-point shooter, but they need somebody to step up into that role without her, and Madison Moline has been that player. 3 threes in this game, 2 of them in this quarter alone, and you said it a little bit ago. She'd only made 7 threes total the entire regular season. She's got 3 tonight in the most important game of the year in the region title game.
Newtown defense clearly trying to cut off Michelle Miller on the perimeter. Moline taking full advantage of those looks. Now that's a good look for Michelle Miller, and she's just a tad short. Fight for the rebound, tie up, and the Honkers keep possession.
Miller's a little frustrated with herself, but hey, listen, if I'm anybody on Kenmare, player, coach, anybody, I'm telling her continue to shoot. You are a great shooter, probably the best in this entire region. We want you taking shots.
Strokeland fouled on her shot, and now a chance for Kenmare to take their first lead since 2-0.
You don't say that often about Kenmare. Yeah. Team that usually leads games the entire way, but hasn't been the case tonight. Scored the first field goal of the night, but since then been all Newtown. They won't get the lead here, but got a chance to tie it on the second free throw.
Honkers with really wire-to-wire victories over Mandaree by 22, and then by 15 against Stanley in the semifinals. In a battle today in the Region 8 championship. Strokeland rattles it through. 7 free throws for Kenmare today on 10 attempts.
6 of them have come from Strokeland. Yeah. She's gotten to the line really well.
She's also playing with 2 fouls. Doing a great job of playing through those couple fouls. Here's Miller with a steal. Trying to give Kenmare the lead. And she's fouled.
A play like this might really jumpstart Miller in this game, Chris, because three-pointers haven't been going down. That's what we know her for, is three-point shooting. But when you make a play like that where you get a steal on one end, you go all the way down to the other end and draw a foul, and she's a good free throw shooter, so if she can knock 1 or 2 down, see it go through the hoop, that could be great for her moving forward the rest of this game.
Miller missed the first. She had 11 points in the first round, 21 Tuesday in the semifinals. And her first point of the game here gives Kenmare their first lead since about a minute in at 2-0. Good pass from Brady to Gray. Missed the layup. Strokeland's got the rebound, lobs it out in front to Vardy. Alexa Vardy all by herself, and she lays it in. Timeout, Chuck Wells. Kenmare, strong quarter, and they have a 3-point lead.
This game on the Beck Sports Network is presented by the following: Farmers Union Insurance, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Bell Bank, West Dakota Chevy Dealers, BASF, we create chemistry, Women's Way, and these premier sponsors.
Charles Wells in Newtown looking for answers. The Eagles were up 7 at halftime. It's a 14-4 quarter in favor of Kenmare. What has flipped?
Well, it starts offensively, in my opinion. They're taking care of the basketball. Kenmare is, after 15 first-half turnovers, they haven't been turning over in this game. They're getting good looks. They're forcing turnovers on their own. They're not allowing Newtown to get open looks. It's really just kind of a flipped script from what we saw in the first 16 minutes.
Pressure defense on the perimeter by Strokeland.
And that doesn't seem like a big play there, but that's just the kind of thing you didn't see it all in the first half. Kenmare with some pressure, getting hands in there, deflections, making Newtown feel a little bit uncomfortable.
That's the 5th turnover of the quarter on Newtown after they committed 7 the entire first half.
Well, if you remember, Kenmare turned it over 10 times in the first quarter, so they had a quarter just like this, and now, like I said, it's just roles reversed, it feels like.
Rodine throws to Offworth. She's had a great game. She kicks out to Vardy. Deflection, Strokeland controls. Pressure defense by Newtown. Miller whips it to Strokeland. Vardy. Wild shot. Looked like she had the jumper there.
Yeah, she turned down 2 open looks from 3 there, and I don't understand why, because Vardy's a really good shooter. We've seen her knock down some shots in this tournament. I think she had 2 really good looks that she turned down.
Carter Charbonneau in the game, down to Brunel. Oh, what a finish and a foul.
Basket is good. Ball number 13.
It's a fantastic play by Brunel, just squeezing through a couple defenders. Great finish.
So Brunel, so consistent for this Newtown team with her defense and her rebounding. Now it's a tournament high for her today with 5 points. And the senior ties the game at 31 late in the 3rd quarter. Newtown 3 of 3 from the free throw line today. Strokeland in and out, got her own rebound. Missed again, scrapping with back-to-back boards, and she's going to the free throw line.
She's done a really nice job, and nothing has been easy for her. I think you have to give a lot of credit to Newtown's defense for making things difficult for Strokeland tonight, but she just continues to battle and continues to fight, even missing a couple shots on the inside, still grabbing the rebounds, keeping the ball high and giving herself a chance.
Strokeland takes advantage. That's her 7th made free throw of this game. Team best, 13 points and 5 rebounds. Gray down to Brady from the elbow. Couple defenders on her. Wild overhead pass is turned over. Strokeland took it away. And another jump ball. The ball will go back to Newtown.
Jump ball, Eagles ball.
About a 9-second differential between the game and shot clock. Bellegarde turns, fires it up, missed the shot. And the ball goes back to Kenmare on the tap rebound. Here's Moline. Miller thought about letting it fly as she throws it away. I think Offworth thought there was a teammate on the right wing, and she just let that ball go out.
Yeah, I think there was just a miscommunication between the two, because even for Offworth, that wouldn't have been an easy ball to get to. I don't think it was a great pass from Miller, but then Offworth didn't really make much of an effort to go get it, because like you said, I think she thought somebody else was there and that ball wasn't meant for her.
Gray had it knocked away. 4 seconds left in this quarter and an inbound opportunity for Newtown.
Yeah, you want to draw up something quick here, and I would imagine it might be something off of a couple of screens to try to get maybe Brunel a look after she's had a pretty good quarter here today. Number 20 in white, who's on the right block right now.
Brady into Bellegarde, running out of time, fires it up. It was online but long, and we head to the 4th quarter of the Region 8 Championship in a 1-point game in Newtown.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
When a group of local residents came together to form a rural telephone cooperative in 1951, they made a commitment to keep their member owners informed and connected. That cooperative was RTC. And while the technology we use to communicate has changed over the years, that commitment remains true today. RTC is committed to providing the highest quality internet connectivity to our neighbors in West Central North Dakota. RTC, building our network so you can grow yours.
Back in Newtown, it's a one-point game. And Kenmare with a great third quarter. Zaylee's Rainbow didn't score at all for the Eagles in that third after 9 in the first half.
Yeah, had a great first half, didn't score at all in that third quarter, and that's one of the few reasons why Kenmare was able to go on a big run in that third quarter and turn a 7-point deficit at halftime into a 1-point lead now heading into the final 8 minutes.
To start off the fourth, brought to you by Degelman Industries. Kenmare had 17 the entire first half. They scored 15 just in that third quarter. Strokeland steps through, missed the shot. Rebound, Vardy, taken away by Brunell. Fox fires it up to Brunell. Newtown seeking their first region championship since 2013. Kenmare looking for their second in a row. Brady, no.
There's nobody down there on the offensive glass for Newtown after that missed shot. Everybody was kind of around the perimeter and allows Kenmare to come away with an easy rebounds.
Stroking on the post up. What a play. Caitley Brady steps in front for the steal. Brunell's shaken up. She turned around and unfortunately, Brady threw it off her leg out of bounds.
Yeah, she was trying to either pass it to Brunell or she was looking for the teammate who was right beside her, but then you see right here comes up a little bit shaken up and throws it right off her foot.
Brunell's trying to play through it here. Comes out to trap. Miller. Timeout, Mike Zimmer. Trying to avoid a turnover for his team. The Honkers up a point, coming down to the wire, the Region 8 championship.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
When a group of local residents came together to form a rural telephone cooperative in 1951, they made a commitment to keep their member owners informed and connected. That cooperative was RTC. And while the technology we use to communicate has changed over the years, that commitment remains true today. RTC is committed to providing the highest quality internet connectivity to our neighbors in West Central North Dakota. RTC, building our network so you can grow yours.
Newtown fans hoping to see a region championship. An incredible story for the Eagles. It's a Newtown team that went 2-8 last year. This year they won the district championship. They're 17-2. And for head coach Charles Wells, he said, we're just really appreciative to be in this region tournament. He said last year he was in the hospital with pneumonia, would have missed the first day of practice. So the school pushed the season back to January. Newtown only played 6 regular season games before heading into the postseason. So it was a tough road for Newtown last year, and this year they've brought everything together with some new faces and a lot of old faces back, and the Eagles, with an amazing turnaround, can make it to state.
Yeah, they got some transfers in this year. They got 3 or 4 players who played a lot of minutes last year, kind of a combination of the two. A phenomenal turnaround from what last year's team was to potentially with 6:42 to play in this game, very much in the hunt for a state champion or state tournament appearance.
Yeah, new faces, old faces, doesn't diminish the accomplishment of Newtown. Within 1 here, less than 7 to go in the fourth quarter. Strokeland miss. A little bit of a cold spell from the stripe for her. She's now missed 3 in a row.
What a game she's having. 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 block shots. She puts Kenmare back up by 2.
Hasn't had a great game from the field shooting-wise, but she's done such a nice job getting to the free throw line and taking advantage of those when she has gotten there.
Another Newtown turnover, their 7th of the half. Honker's largest lead is just 2 points, rather 3 points. Can surpass that right now. Moline, 3 made threes, down to Strokeland. Powers it up, missed the shot. Double team paid off for Newtown.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Chris. That help side defender rotates over. They put 2 defenders on her and made it tough for Strokeland down low.
Down to Rainbow. Quick shot, but couldn't finish. She's still scoreless in this second half. Fight for the ball on the floor, and what a great hustle play by Moline to keep it with Kenmare. Mike Zimmer has to burn a timeout to avoid the violation, and now he only has 1 left. Could be trouble with 5:42 to go.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
When a group of local residents came together to form a rural telephone cooperative in 1951, they made a commitment to keep their member owners informed and connected. That cooperative was RTC. And while the technology we use to communicate has changed over the years, that commitment remains true today. RTC is committed to providing the highest quality internet connectivity to our neighbors in West Central North Dakota. RTC, building our network so you can grow yours.
What a turnaround for Kenmare. It's a Honkers program seeking their 2nd straight Region 8 championship. From 2012 to 2018, it was tough sledding for the Honkers. They didn't go better than 9-14. Mike Zimmer arrives, and he's got a record of 78-21 in his 4th season. Could have another region championship under his belt too.
Yeah, you're talking about 26 wins last year, 16 wins so far this year, maybe not the end of the season either.
3-ball good, the 4th 3 for the junior Moline.
Last year it was Michelle Miller who came up clutch with 3 after 3 in the region title game, and maybe this year it's Madison Moline's turn.
Miller's got the steal, fires it up the floor for Rodine. Kenmare's got their largest lead.
What a great sequence out of the timeout. 3-pointer for Moline, turnover on the defensive end, leak out transition bucket from Rodine. Maybe the best 30 seconds or so we've seen from this team tonight.
Oh, what a shot. They needed that. Zaylis Rainbow sticks the 3.
And it was the exact player coming into the 4th that we said Newtown needed to show up in the 4th. Didn't score a point in the 3rd. Need her to score here in the 4th.
Miller misses. Moline with a rebound. Knocked out of bounds. And Kenmare will keep possession.
Time to catch your breath a little bit after the last minute of play coming out of that timeout where it was hectic. Lots of made buckets.
They lob to Strokeland. They love running that play. The foul's on the floor on the inbound. They just lob it at Strokeland.
Yeah, it's tough to defend because Strokeland, and that all starts with Strokeland because she keeps the ball high. She's strong with it. It would be different if she was weak with the basketball and people could just take it away, but that's not the case. She's so strong, holds onto the basketball, makes good decisions, and so they run that out-of-bounds play where they just lob it up to her in the middle of the lane and let her make the play. Either that's a shot or it's a pass out to somebody else, and they can set up some offense. And here, because they're in the bonus, she gets free throws.
One-on-one chance. She's got it to go. On her passing, she's obviously leads the team in points, rebounds, steals, and blocks, but also averages more than 2 assists per game. They run a lot of their offense through Brenna Strokeland.
Well, you and I saw her almost get a triple-double on the opening day of the tournament. Yeah. She had 7 assists in the first round win.
And that was all in the first half.
Yeah.
Kenmare back up 6. Here's Brunell, takes the bump and finishes. Count it.
Basket is good.
Well, Chuck Wells told us that Brunell is a great defensive player and a smart player. Doesn't score a ton, but does the little things. Well, tonight in the region championship game with a state tournament appearance on the line, 9 points, more than doubling her average. She showed up to play on offense.
She also has 6 rebounds. Couldn't convert on the free throw. Strokeland lost the handle. Zoe Fox just off the mark on the 3.
A lot of time left to play. Newtown does not have to be in hurry-up mode here. Still 4 minutes to play, only down 4. Moline should have shot that with as hot as she's been tonight.
Yeah, she's made every 3 for Kenmare. 4 as the team, all from the junior. She's got it now. Into the corner. Man, if I'm Kenmare, I want her letting it fly. She steps through and she traveled.
Yeah, drag that pivot foot just a little bit.
Peak drama here. 3:40 to go in a 4-point game. There's an ill-advised pass that's taken away. Somehow Moline ends up with it. Off to Alforth, and she's fouled.
Well, it's not the prettiest of sequences, and Mike Zimmer was even on the sideline not thrilled with it, but hey, his team avoids the turnover, and they've got free throws coming up from Alforth here.
What a game. Off the bench, 5 points and 8 rebounds for Taya Alforth.
I mentioned the first half, but it's very similar to the story we talked about with Michelle Miller last year. She's a freshman this year, but as an 8th grader, hit some clutch 3-pointers to win the region title for this Kenmare team, and they're getting it from another 8th grader here today as well, and Taya Alforth.
Moline off the rebound, missed the shot. It was out of bounds off of Newtown. This time they bullet it into Alforth. She misses. Moline with the offensive board. Trying to throw to Strokeland. Whips it across. Miller with space. Short. Strokeland boards. Brunell rips it away. A jump ball, and it goes back to Newtown.
I don't think I've seen Michelle Miller missed this many 3-pointers ever in a game. She's a phenomenal 3-point shooter, and everything that she's shot has looked good today. They're just not getting the bounces.
She's one of the best shooters in the state.
Yeah, she is.
Makes about 3 per game on about 40%. That's incredible numbers. Hasn't hit one today. She's had looks. Ill-advised pass taken away. Taya Alforth again, the 8th grader. Lays it in. Newtown needs an answer now. Gray. Feels like a frenetic pace right now. The Eagles, they give him a timeout? No. A jump ball, and it goes back to Kenmare.
Well, you're at a spot now where you need to stop if you're Newtown. Doesn't mean the game's over if Kenmare scores here, but makes things a lot more difficult if this gets up to 3 possessions with about 2 minutes to play. Got to have a stop here. Don't foul, though.
Kenmare only 5 turnovers in this second half after 15 in the first. Moline was looking for her 5th made 3. Off the mark. Rebound, though, is right back to Moline. Elbow jumper long. Fight for the board. Zoe Fox has it. She's fouled in the backcourt, but that's only the 4th foul on Kenmare.
Yeah, it's not a problem whatsoever. Not a bad foul. You're going after a loose ball, hustling it. You'll take that one every single time. You're okay with that, and you still got a couple left to work with here, so you can be aggressive if you're Kenmare's defense.
Ayana Gray, a freshman with a nice dribble move. Gets inside. Bounce pass, Rainbow, score it. Back down to a 4-point game. And a reach in deep in the backcourt. Michelle Miller will have a 1-and-1 chance.
I just don't think you need to do that if you're Newtown. I know you're down by 4 and there's less than 2 minutes, but that's one of those, you just play strong defense for 35 seconds on the shot clock. See if you can't get a stop. You get a good bucket from Rainbow here, cuts it down to 4, but then they foul immediately and you send a good free throw shooter to the line.
Now it's still a 1-and-1. It's a 9th team foul. She's got it. Well, only 50% from the stripe on the season, which is interesting considering how great of a three-point shooter she is. 2 for 3 from the stripe in this game. Missed the second. Oh, the offensive board. Off fourth, no. Rebound Rainbow, and she's running the other way. 5-point deficit. Rainbow lost the handle. It's a turnover. Moline with a steal.
Such a smart decision from Moline, too. Slow it down, take some time off the clock here, make Newtown make a decision. Defend you or foul you.
Miller blocked. Burnell. Bellegarde has it. It feels kind of frantic right now for Newtown. They just need to get a bucket. They've got time. Long three, Bellegarde. Burnell boards, and a foul called on Strokeland.
Well, the good news is that's only the 3rd on Strokeland after she picked up 2 about 3 minutes into this game, has played up until this point without any fouls, so not an issue whatsoever here.
Charles Wells talking things over. His team still in it with a 1:05 to go.
Region 8 is presented by Newtown Jack and Jill. Good luck from Newtown Jack and Jill. United Tribes Technical College. United Tribes Technical College would like to wish all the teams good luck in the Region 8 tournaments. Burke Divide Montreal Williams Electric Cooperatives. Good luck to all area teams from Burke Divide and Montreal Williams Electric Cooperatives. Forebears Casino and Lodge. Play hard and go get that championship from Forebears Casino and Lodge. This game on the Beck Sports Network is presented by the following: Farmers Union Insurance, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Bell Bank, West Dakota Chevy Dealers, BASF, we create chemistry, Women's Way, and these premier sponsors.
.105 to go. If anybody's built for a comeback victory, it's Newtown. I mean, they pressed the whole game. Not much really has to change.
Yeah, they got good shooters. They got a good defense. And like you said, Newtown's so good at that full court pressure, and they're really good at speeding teams up, which in a game that you're down with not a lot of time left, that's the kind of thing you want to do, is speed up the other team's offense. Now, you do need to make free throws. You can't give away the free points here, though.
Newtown 3 of 5 from the stripe in this game. Missed them both. Still a 5-point game in Newtown. Eagles waiting for that trap. Miller, though, able to beat it with a dribble across midcourt. Vardy in the corner lets it fly. Nice rebound. Bellegarde got it with one hand.
They didn't need that shot, Chris. They could have used a lot more time off the shot clock.
Long three, Brady off the mark. Another wild shot. This time from Newtown, and Vardy's fouled on the rebound. The last minute or so, it feels like Newtown has taken some tough shots in the perimeter.
Yeah, they have, and I think sometimes you get caught up in the fact, oh, we're down 5 and there's a minute left, we need threes. You don't really need threes. You need the best look you can get in the quickest manner in which you can get it. And a lot of times, teams will defend you out on the three-point line knowing that you're down and that you need to make a comeback. They'll give up drives to the basket. I think Newtown's probably turned away some good looks driving to try to hit threes instead.
Vardy, the freshman, hits the second. 13th made free throw of the game for Kenmare. Fox drives. Lost it, another forced turnover. And a foul in the backcourt. Lockdown Kenmare defense down the stretch, and the Honkers inching closer towards back-to-back Region 8 championships.
Hasn't been easy tonight for this Kenmare team. Down 7 at halftime. They have battled their way back. And that guy is 31 seconds away from his team winning back-to-back region titles and advancing to the state tournament for a second straight year.
Kenmare made 3 straight state tournaments from 2009 to 2011. And then had a drought where they couldn't even get above 500 from 2012 to 2018. And now with Mike Zimmer at the helm, could be 2 in a row. Miller hits the second.
Oh, they said she stepped over the line before it hit the rim.
Missed the first and then a lane violation on the second.
Yeah, it's the right call.
So Newtown still down 6, 30 seconds here. Bellegarde drives, takes the foul and scored as well. Exactly what the Eagles needed.
Basket is good.
That's why you don't always need 3-pointers, Chris, because they very well may get 3 points on this trip just because they were aggressive and drove it to the basket, forcing Kenmare's defense to have to foul.
Bellegarde missed the free throw, and a nice rebound by Strokeland. Eagles need to foul. It's a 4-point game. Cross to Strokeland. Still no foul. Time bleeding off the clock. It's under 10 seconds now. Finally a foul with 7 seconds to go.
I mean, that was what? 15 seconds, maybe more coming off the clock before they fouled. That cannot happen if you're Newtown, because not only is there only 7 seconds left, but regardless of what happens on these free throws for Miller, it's still a 2-possession game.
Nothing but net for Mache Miller. Brunel with a rebound. Gotta hurry. Need to launch up a 3 here. Bellegarde does just that. Missed it, and it's over. Back to back. Kenmare, Region 8 champions for the 2nd straight season. Down to the wire, but the Honkers are playing in the state tournament in Grand Forks next week.
For the 2nd straight year, it wasn't easy again. In fact, down 7 at halftime, and an unbelievable comeback finished off by the Kenmare Honkers. That guy's earned himself a drink of water.
This is probably the first drink of water he's had in hours. Exhausting game, an absolute battle. Heartbreak for Newtown, an incredible season for the District 15 champs, finishing 17-3 after going 2-8 last year. But Kenmare, a power in Region 8, victorious once again. Newtown led 24-17 at halftime. Strokeland had some foul trouble in that first half, but her team battling back in the second. For the 6th time in school history, they'll play in the state tournament. Let's listen in to our Region 8 awards.
consolation or the second place in the champion trophies. They want to go to the Region 8 awards. At this time, they would like to acknowledge Athletic Director of the Year, Matthew Hare of Gray School, High School, Region 8, Athletic Director of the Year. Coach is a member of the North Dakota High School Coaches Association and voted by region coaches and is now in the running for State AD of the Year. Region 8 Senior Athlete of the Year goes to Eileen Potts of Harshville. The athlete is voted on by the region coaches and is now in the running for the State Senior Athlete of the Year. I can just come running in from outside. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you got a nice dark wool. Ivy, you want to sell that? I got a good one. There you go. Nice slide, Ivy. Region 8 Coach of the Year. All the way from Kenmare High School, Mike Swimmer. The coach is voted on by the region coaches and is now in the running for State Coach of the Year. He wanted to take a picture with Chuck Hunter, but Chuck Hunter backed away. Region 8 Spirit Award goes to the Newtown Eagles. Now we'll go to the all-tournament team. In no particular order, Brenna Struckland from Kenmare. This is your Region 8 All-Tournament team. All right, take your pictures. I take this team anywhere, you guys. How about a nice round of applause? We go to our second place. We'd like to say thank you to the Newtown Eagles for making this game a good game. Newtown Eagles. You guys almost made it. I was cleaning cedar for the last 3 days. Praying. Hey, Kenmare Hunters, you need a bus driver? I'm a good bus driver. We got District 15 basketball here tomorrow again. Thank you very much, Newtown Eagles. Thank you. Good job, you guys. Don't hang your head. You guys did a good job. And now, they're all heading back to the tournament. I want you guys to do real well at this tournament. Nothing less than fourth place. If you don't get fourth place, don't come back. Kenmare Hunters, Region 8 champions. Casey Tizer, they need you to come over here. Casey Tizer, they need you to come over here. Kenmare fans, we want you to scoot in.
Kenmare Honkers, Region 8 champs for the second consecutive season. 45-40 the final. We'll wrap things up when we come back to this dramatic Region 8 championship game.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
When a group of local residents came together to form a rural telephone cooperative in 1951, they made a commitment to keep their member owners informed and connected. That cooperative was RTC. And while the technology we use to communicate has changed over the years, that commitment remains true today. RTC is committed to providing the highest quality internet connectivity to our neighbors in West Central North Dakota. RTC, building our network so you can grow yours.
It's now time for the post-game report, brought to you by Women's Way. Today's player of the game is brought to you by Pettibone Farmers Union Oil and CHS Nutrition, together providing high-quality payback mineral and feed supplements for your cattle operation and second-to-none nutrition services, including forage sampling and ration balancing. Contact Pettibone Farmers Union Oil or CHS Nutrition today.
Our player of the game brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company of Pettibone and CHS Nutrition. How about Madison Moline? She's been pretty good this year, more than 8 points per game, but maybe her best game of the season, 4 made threes in the Region 8 championship.
They were big threes, Chris. 3 of them coming in the second half as well. They were down 7 at halftime, and she was the spark that led this comeback for them to come back and win this Region 8 championship game. Michelle Miller is one of the best shooters in the entire state. She didn't hit a 3 tonight. They needed somebody to step into that role, and it was Madison Moline who was able to do that tonight. Phenomenal performance for her. 12 points, all coming from behind the three-point line in a 5-point win for the Kenmare Honkers in the Region 8 championship game.
Strokeland also with 16 points and 7 board for the Honkers. Newtown was led by 14 from Zalise Rainbow. Kenmare is back in the state tournament for the second straight season. 6th place finish a year ago. This year they come in as the District 16 Region 8 champs and a 17-7 record. Thanks for joining us all tournament long. We always appreciate the opportunity here from Newtown. From our entire Beck Sports crew, Scott Lurch and Patrick Conte. Our director, Jordan Lowry, back in our Beck studios with Zach Hassler. From my broadcast partner, Noah Reed, I'm Chris Clayton. Kenmare, back-to-back champs in Region 8.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota